This is Chester Zoo. Not only is it the UK's leading wildlife attraction, it's also picked up some prestigious environmental awards from the Green Tourism Business Scheme. Let's meet some of the people who made that happen. Tell me a little bit about how Beacon has helped what's happening at Chester Zoo here.
Well, there's a number of things we've done. First of all, we had a really key focus on consolidating down the number of suppliers that are used on site. So, for instance, we went from using 7 or 8 different food suppliers down to one main supplier. The benefit of this is that there's been a lot less deliveries onto site and cut down on things like food miles and the carbon footprint of the delivery lorries coming into site.
We're in the Sarvo Aviary. I'm with Tony Juniper, the patron of Green Tourism Week. Tell me a little bit about it.
Green Tourism Week is an attempt to draw attention to the very best attempts being made in the tourism and travel and leisure industry to go towards a greener future. And this industry is absolutely crucial. It's one of the biggest in the world. It touches millions, billions of people each year. And if we are going to move towards a greener society, then travel and tourism and leisure does need to be right at the heart of it. And fortunately, a lot of people in the industry realise this, and some fantastic things are happening. And Green Tourism Week will be one opportunity to draw attention to all of that. We're at Chester Zoo here today, where they've invested a great deal of common sense as well as some money in being able to make the visitor attractions much more energy and much more water efficient. They're sourcing the products that are being sold in the restaurant in a careful way to avoid the environmental impacts that can come with the food industry, for example. And also what I'm hearing is not only is this the right thing to do from the point of view of the planet, it's a very sensible thing to do from the point of view of the bottom line. And companies are making a lot more profit, a lot more profitability and a lot more competitive advantage by saving vast amounts of money that otherwise they would be spending on electricity, water and gas bills. So it's a no-brainer in that sense, but I think getting people to see that actually this is very practical and very straightforward to do is a big part of what needs to happen. And again, Green Tourism Week will be one of the ways in which we can raise awareness of all of that.
Well, hopefully it'll catch on. It is a no-brainer, as you say. And you sponsored a parrot here, did you?
I did, yes. I'm the proud sponsor of a lilacine Amazon parrot. This is a race of a very rare bird that lives on the west coast of Ecuador. And at this zoo, they have a breeding program here to try and keep these things away from extinction. Even if they are lost in the wild, there will at least be a captive population that perhaps one day could go back. That's one of the things that institutions like this do. Not only is it a great visitor attraction, but also it's doing some very serious conservation work. And so a little reminder of that here today as well, in terms of how the interaction between what goes on in the wild and what goes on in captivity can be such an important part of the way we respond to these challenges.
So the Green Tourism Board have decided to sponsor a parrot. Why do you think parrot over any other kind of animal?
Well, I'm biased because I really like parrots, so I would say that. But I think partly also because in terms of an indicator for how healthy the environment is, parrots are a good indicator. So that's another link in terms of being green and being an indicator of the environment. Perhaps they're ideal.
So Chester Zoo is the foremost wildlife visitor attraction in the UK, and I'm with Ray, the maintenance manager. You must have been very busy over the last few years. Tell me a little bit about what you've been up to.
We've been extremely busy. We have tried to raise awareness right across the whole of the staff complement. We have a newsletter, a green newsletter. We have a core group that meet. There are initiatives certainly on the transport initiatives. We've had green socials in the pub after work, which is an added benefit apart from the sustainability.
It's easy to see why Chester Zoo is at the forefront of conservation. Sustainable tourism isn't just an idea, it's good business. We can all do our part to save the animals and the planet, and it doesn't have to cost the earth.